Go. There we go. All right, mic check. Wait, mic check. All right. All right, I'm going to give you guys a minute. You can see me now, right? Wow, that's terrible. I had to adjust something. That mic sound is terrible. All right, there we go. I'm going to give you guys a minute to put it on, so don't worry about rushing. I'll do a little intro. There's a couple things I want to square away, and then we'll dive into it. So if you want to set your movie up tonight, we're going to be doing a movie commentary. We're not always going to do these live. I don't imagine we would always do these live, but it's kind of like a watch party. No, I'm not showing it. I don't have the rights to show it. Knowing my luck, the stream would get taken down or the channel would get copyright striked, and then I wouldn't be able to do any live streams for like 90 days. So no, we're not going to do the movie. However, if you don't have the movie, somebody else uploaded it on their channel. I put the link down below. I can actually put the link down below again. I think if I do this, I can pop the link down there again. Yeah, if I can't, will someone else pop the link down there? It doesn't look like it'll let me. I mean, I can do this if I can see where I'm getting it. Damn. For some reason, let me do this. For some reason, when I switch, I'm pretty sure it has to do with... Is that it? Paste? All right, I think that's the link. Double check, but that's a YouTube link to watch the movie for free. Yeah, it looks like it worked. I'm pretty sure it has to do with the security, so you can't bootleg a movie. I don't have the Elgato unplugged and directly into the thing. Long story short, so the movie was glitching out on me. It wouldn't let me play the movie. I got it set up to where it works, but if I switch screens or whatever, it's a pain in the ass to get it back up and running. We're going to be watching the classic Day of the Dead, and this is for the Flaw and Awe coming out at the end of this coming week for Day of the Dead. We might do one for Land of the Dead as well. Now, I've been asked for years to do movie commentaries, and I've always avoided them, mainly because I get bombarded with questions like, what's the point of this if the movie isn't on the screen? And it's like, bro, that first off, that's not what a movie commentary is. I don't have the rights to air it. And as soon as we even went live, I think the second question was like, well, are you going to show the movie or are you going to talk over the movie? I'm sorry, but that shit triggers me because it's like, that's what a movie commentary is. If you just want to watch the movie, go watch the movie. You know what I mean? We're here for a fan commentary. I understand if you're like, yo, I don't want to hear this idiot talk about this movie, then bounce because that's what this video is. You know, that's literally what this video is. Same thing with, there was something else that, yeah, like you remember back in the day where a reaction video literally was a reaction of a person. Nowadays, it's about putting the thing you're reacting to in it. And if it's not in it, it's considered like a lame reaction video, which reaction video is supposed to be the person's reaction. That's why you're watching it. That was real big back in the day with Two Girls, One Cup or whatever the hell that was. I forget. The whole point was to watch a clip of them reacting and just being like, ugh, and then you can imagine the nastiness that they're seeing. You feel me? So if you guys got your movie ready, mine is the moment the screen comes on, it's a girl alone in a concrete room, and she's got her head down. As soon as it fades up, we'll do like a little countdown, and then we'll all hit play. That way, if you're watching it on YouTube, Blu-ray, DVD, whatever your setup is at home, you're watching it, and it's close to the same time that I'm watching it. As long as it's within a few seconds, it really doesn't matter. You know what I mean? I am watching the collector's edition from Shout Factory, I believe. Yeah. It says Scream Factory. That is Shout Factory, right? But I'm watching this collector's edition for Day of the Dead. I don't think it's an extended version, not that I'm aware of. Yeah, shoutfactory.com. But it is just a little crisper. Oh, you're watching the UFC too? That's what's up. Let me double check the comments here, just make sure people are ready. I did put the comments on the screen just to have a little additional thing up there. You know what? I am going to actually run and get my iced tea. I was all prepped. That's one thing I forgot. When are we hitting play? We're going to hit play in about 2 minutes. I just want to scroll through the comments, and if you guys can just give me a I'm ready, we're good to go. Please don't comment, I need 10 minutes, because we're starting in 2. If you need time to catch up, you might have to just fast forward. Speaking of that, speaking of the choke on them, I'll show it off in the Flaw and Awe video. But I got a pin that pulls apart the choke on them. I'm going to show that off in the Flaw and Awe video. To lead into this, and then I'll get my iced tea, and then we'll get started. This is probably, oddly enough, one of my favorites, even though I really, really respect Dawn of the Dead. Mainly because Dawn of the Dead has the blue zombies, they got the really bad-looking blood, they got that comic booky blood, it's that bright red, it looks like paint, essentially. And the gore effects, or you can see the styrofoam, you can see through the entire production. Dawn of the Dead has incredible charm. Absolutely, I'll never take it away from that. But Day of the Dead is where we first start getting into everything is firing on all cylinders, from the directing to the writing to the and it's not perfect by far, because George Romero and his crew, I don't know if he borrowed some things here and there from other people around him, but they are rough when it comes to character development. All his movies are rough on character development, especially the zombie genre. Of good characters, sure, but just rough. But this, especially when it comes to the practical effects, this is when it starts hitting that holy shit, that fantastic gore, you know? I know Dawn of the Dead is charming, and so many people love that and hail it as the greatest ever. But I find myself rewatching Day of the Dead and appreciating the gore just a little more. All right, yeah, I gotta go get my keg of iced tea. No, I won't put any rum in it. I don't think I need these white headphones anymore. I just used them to calculate the microphone. That way it wasn't off the hook. All right. I'll show that pin while I'm at it. All right, is everybody ready? Yo. This will be fun. Is everybody ready? Here's that pin. It's from Fright Rags. And it actually opens up. You can slide it open. And again, I'll show that in detail during the Flaw and Awe review. I'm not a big fan of pins. I do like having a few. I have them on the this piece of linen that's hanging, just somewhere to put them. And this was the first time I think I've ever seen a pin, and I outright bought it. Because normally it's like, that's kind of a cool pin that comes in something. But this is the first time where I saw a pin where I was like, yo, I'm going to buy a pin. A fucking pin. All right, so get ready. We're clicking start in 1 minute, 30 seconds, something like that. I didn't see anyone say, I'm ready. Are you going to leave this posted on the channel? Yes, if you want to come back, if you're busy, this is going to get posted permanently on the Ronnie Hayes channel. If you don't have the time tonight, or you want to come back and rewatch it, it's going to stay there. You can always come back and listen to this as a movie commentary. Another warning, and then we're going to start it. I'm not going to scroll through the comments and read every single comment. we're going to stick to maybe the comments that really highlight something in the movie or super chats. And I don't mean that to be like a dick. I mean that because it's going to pull away from the movie commentary aspect of what we're doing here. And that's one of the main reasons why I was against really live streaming them, because you got to interact with the chat. So we're going to do that a little bit, but not as much as when I'm gaming or something like that. And I interact with the chat too much then too. All right. So, you ready? You got a Capri Sun, huh? All right, here we go. You got 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. We're going on 0. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, there we go. And the PlayStation was like, I'll get there. This broad. I think they showed this in Stranger Things too, this scene. I've always loved how that calendar was October for some reason. That's like the horror month. I gotta say, look at the arms when they come through, because I love how it's a brick wall. There's no powder, there's no dust, and you can see like the paper. It's fine though. It was a neat idea. You do get a Dawn of the Dead vibe in this, starting with a helicopter. And it's a good way before they go underground to show us the world. So from a writing aspect, I do appreciate that. I've always liked this beginning to it. And out of night, dawn, I think Barbara has the best look with the trench coat and the blonde hair. Um, yeah, I think Barbara has the best look, visuals, but I think this character, this female lead, was probably my favorite all around. Yeah, do what you got to do. We're going to have this up and running on the channel for a while so you can come back to it. Let me see. Is this okay? And it's got some solid visuals. I've always wanted one of those newspapers from this movie. Not from it, but a replica. But I've never wanted to pay like the $20. They got them on eBay. You could just go to eBay right now and buy for like $25, but I've never wanted to pay that much. But one day, I do want to have that replica paper and hang it up somewhere. Whenever I get the day comes where I'm like, I'll spend $20 on a replica newspaper. This idiot though, zombies, and he's in the middle of a street with a bullhorn. Yeah, right there, the dead walk. And the first zombie, the tongue zombie, that shit is awesome. His tongue just falls out too. Look at that. Ugh. It'd be neat if it fell all the way. Yeah, Mr. J Wall, you gotta watch it on your own. Because if I watch it, it will get taken down. No offense. I'm always shocked in 2020 how people don't understand copyright or how I can't show it. I'm sure big YouTube channels get permission for certain movies because I've seen watch parties where they have the movie playing, but I don't have the money or the connections to make that happen. Yeah, the zombies, now we're seeing some blue tinted ones again from like calling back to Dawn of the Dead, but we're seeing even more that just have what was that? I think my Google was trying to search something. There's a link if you want to watch it. In the original script, this is where the arm bite happened? Really? I'm glad they changed it because that timing just seems off. No, I wouldn't have permission. To be honest, there's a chance I could have shown it and they would have just claimed it, but seeing as we just started streaming consistently with gaming and The Last of Us is 40 days away, I'm not taking the chance of having my shit hit for 90 days. I'm pretty sure it's still 90-day block on live stream. I'm not taking that risk. No way. Is that Greg Nicotero? The guy on the left looks like a young Greg Nicotero. It's probably not, but it just looked like him. If he would just look this way. No, it's probably not him. That might be him. That sounded like him. Now I'm stuck. Someone look that up. Is that Greg Nicotero? A young Greg Nicotero? He's a little bit of a bitch. I never liked him immediately. He comes off as just a bitch. That's one thing. When I was younger, I always, growing up with these movies, one thing I always, not hated, but wished for something different. Because the characters are always. Bro, that's Greg Nicotero. That's gotta be him. Hey, it's Greg. He pranked his mom thinking he died with a gore pop. Bro, that voice, as soon as he started talking, I was like, that is him. Well, yeah, Greg Nicotero's in the opening credits, but I could have sworn he helped on this set. I'm almost positive he helped on this set with the special effects. I love the bad guy in this though. Rhodes, yo, he is so interesting for an antagonist. Now the first one was a regular farmhouse, which we're doing a little homage in Doomsday Kingdom. I'm hoping we can get away with it where people would like it and not see it as like a little ripoff. But it's a bigger homage than just oh, I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's like it's like doing a mini remake of Night of the Living Dead within Doomsday Kingdom. Just taking the idea of people inside a house and overnight, you know. It's not in the main story either, so I'm not sure how we're gonna do it yet. But yeah, night was just a farmhouse or house. Dawn was a mall, and then day is this underground facility. And then we got land, which is above ground, its own little city. I think concept wise, I like the mall one the best. I'm shocked that I enjoyed this one as much because I don't like bunkers, labs, underground areas, and this is amazing. If you see where they're at right now, where they're in the little golf cart, they're riding along, see those stone walls? That's not a set. If you look up the behind the scenes footage, that's a real place. I forget where it is, but you can actually ride in there. It's like a parking lot or something. I forget what it was for, but it's so amazing when you go in there and look. They put little curbs around all the pillars, but it's literally an underground cave mountain in real life where they just dug out these areas that look just like this. If you they again, there's curbs around the bottom now. That was another part when I was younger that I hated. Smart zombies, zombies that are learning, that always bugged me. I hated that. A dead, rotten brain should just be dumb. It should just feed. Focus on feeding, eating, food, bite. That's it. No traps, no planning, no smarts, no remembering. What's that mean? Yeah, see, now we got more than just that blue face, man. They got actual gory looking makeup work. I will say, as much as I dislike the smart zombie idea, I do like Bub. Like the movie's done, it's made, it's a classic. So you enjoy it for what it is, and that allows me to just not worry about smart zombies and learning zombies and just enjoy what's here. And I do like Bub. The visuals, the look, what they do with them. There's something interesting about it. How they filmed it. Oh shit. That guy does a good asshole. Steel. Oh, she's gonna blast him. There's no subtlety either. That's one thing I always was frustrated with. Um, this is too low with George Romero and the character work. There's no subtlety at all. If you're an asshole, you're straight an asshole. I think there's one moment I'll show you. They incorporate some subtlety and it works really good. And it shows you how much better subtlety is rather than just like these guys are just obnoxious. She looks more like a caveman than a zombie though. And again, the guy who's collapsing, it's it's everything. Look, it's everything's 100,000%. He does good work for an actor, though. I like his charisma, or not his charisma, but his presence, I should say. I think he does all right. I've never noticed the poster. Or oh shit, he clocked the fuck out of her. Hit him back, bitch. Come on. I've never noticed the calendar. Same from the first one with the walls and all that. I don't know why I never know. Maybe I did. I just forgot it. I think nowadays we would have had a scene instead of just telling us he's breaking down this way. We would have had like a scene where someone got like obliterated, rained blood down on him or something, just to set it up and shown that it's been hell like for him the past, and then it would have went into that. It would have been a little smoother. I'm in charge now, or command. I like I like Rhodes. I like him. He's got good presence too. Yeah, yeah, I got the collector's edition for Last of Us as well. I got lucky though. I only paid 140 for it. $40 off. I got a deal. It was a Best Buy deal. They ended it though. It was only up. You had to have signed up before they even announced it, and it wasn't for The Last of Us. It was for gaming as a whole. Yeah, I like his presence. As a matter of fact, I think the casting here, even though the characters need some work, the main cast does pretty good as far as screen presence with Miguel. I always forget the girl's name. Um, Frankenstein, even Bub, Logan. That's his name. What's her name? She does look like a caveman, yo. The time? I wonder if I can see. I am 22 minutes and 30 seconds into the movie. If you guys want to catch up now. Bub's got a great first appearance, yo. Look at this. Gore Supreme. Look at this. Oh, the whole. That is awesome. Nothing but brain and spine. Yo, what happened to this one? He's just like, yeah, I do like her a lot. They've got Dawn of the Dead and Day of the Dead figures. I think Dawn of the Dead, Land of the Dead, because they got the Savini, I think, as a zombie returning from. I tried looking them up because I wanted to get a couple for the shelf. I thought it would be great, even to show off in some of the flaw and offs. But they're just like way overpriced. Look at this. This is great. Guts just spill out onto the floor. That's awesome. And then Bub just in the shadows there. He looks cool. For anyone who reads Doomsday Kingdom or who's reading it, you know that uh Tristan wears double denim tuxedo. Down the line in one of the issues, he was gonna be dressed as Bub as a little homage, because he's already got the double denim. There's Greg Nicotero smoking a joint. I don't I don't remember him in that scene right there. Maybe this does have some new footage. I'm 28 minutes in, yeah, 28:40. See what I mean about just obnoxious, you know? The subtlety is not quite there. I love this part though. Now we have some subtlety. Check it out. Right here. Steel isn't just like he's still goofball obnoxious. He's a dick. but he's not seriously thinking about killing her. Here's some subtlety, and it's a great scene. If we had a little more of that subtlety in it, again, it would prop up. Not even subtlety either. I'm using the wrong word, but he's got good screen presence too. Frankenstein? What, Logan is his name? He's got a weirdness to him too. That's great. We're gonna do another time check, but 33:25. I'm not gonna keep doing it every 4 minutes though. Sarah. I always forget her name. I didn't see. I've never seen Romero's Crazies. I've only seen the remake, which I like, with Timothy Oliphant. So I don't have your same feelings for the actor. That's something I don't. I hate the idea of If someone told me in real life in this world, there was a way to reverse being a zombie, even in that world, I'd be like, you're an idiot. I'm not following you or listening to you for nothing. You can't reverse rot. I wouldn't do that. No one's going to come looking for you. You're not important enough for people to come look for. Yeah, Rhodes' casting was good. Yeah, some more gore. That shit wasn't as good as the first time, but I get what they were going for. See, I think here would have been a perfect opportunity. First off, they're in a relationship, right? I always assumed they were a thing. But he's such a fucking dick. This was a perfect opportunity to have him show a little more compassion. Because for viewers, we don't see this in, like, I don't know, man. Yes, there's conflict here, and that's why they write it like this. Oh, oh, yay, yay, something's going on, something's interesting. But that's not how viewers react. If he would have showed a little bit more compassion, like, oh, you are afraid, I'm sorry how I acted before, like, I'm terrified and it's crippling, whatever. It's not conflict, but it would have been something for us to emotionally to build a better connection for, a deeper connection too. Look at this. There's just like a fucking rock wall, like a hallway and then like a round rock wall. That looks cool as hell though. It has that built into a wall look. I think that's the location is something that makes it a little more interesting than just concrete or bricks. Yeah, the music isn't all that great. Yeah, like this music here as well. I don't know, too light. I think this was yeah, this was cool visually to see how they made it their own little paradise. Where do they get this stuff though? Yeah, I think they did a great job casting wise because Even he's interesting in his performance. I never really thought about it as much because I think Rhodes and some of the madness later on steals the show. It is a bit slow in this moment, but he makes something as as interesting as it can get. He wants to fuck. No, zombies can't get fat. They don't absorb any nutrients. I would imagine if there's meat in their belly, they'll extend. And yeah, they do shit themselves. They should shit constantly. It's something that zombie genres don't ever cover, but we cover it in Doomsday Kingdom. Coming up. Give it some time. Yeah, Lindsay, showing the dynamic here between these three, it is good. When I talk about some of the negatives, I don't mean just take it out. I mean modify it, you know. Obviously it's not something they can do now, but I do think this dynamic between them, this scene in specific, or this scene specifically, could have had another polish, tighten it up. It needs to be shortened. It needs to be more to the point, quicker, streamlined. Maybe even have a little montage of them enjoying themselves, and then she hits him with, "But you're not doing anything," you know. And then they go into that, and then we transition to this. She's good casting as well, performance wise, but also she's not like hideous, you know, she's not ugly. She's also not a supermodel, so it's not distracting. So you can, I don't know, somewhere in that middle where, yeah, she's pretty and cute in some angles, but you're not focused on it. It's not, you know what I mean? I don't know what I'm trying to say. Well, I know what I'm trying to say, but I'm probably not saying it right. Like if you had this huge, Playboy model with big old titties, it probably wouldn't sit as well in his role. She comes off more realistic, more authentic. This is neat, but in a freakish curiosity, you have lost your mind type of way. This part's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Oh yeah, if things got desperate and they were down there for longer, everyone would be piping Sarah. Unfortunately, she'd probably be chained up. Yeah, like this scene, all interesting, but in a freakish, again, you lost your mind type of way. He's like, nah, I ain't brushing my teeth. And no, Ghost, I don't think medicine and drugs would be main currency. Like if things went to shit, um, gold, silver, what's the words I'm looking for? That would rise up as the main currency. You would have intervals of medicine and booze and cigarettes, nicotine, stuff like that will become a type of currency, but it's short lived because you're not going to carry around a truckload of cigarettes buying shit you need. You're not going to carry around backpacks full of medicine carrying the shit you need. Weather affects it, um, it expires. It's not like precious metals, gold, silver, shit like that. Precious metals, you can bury it, you can hide it, you can store it, you can carry it, split it up, boil it down, brand it out, create your own currency. So, yeah, early on, medicine, nicotine, sex, all these would be a type of currency. Uh, Again, you're thinking paper money, though, Ghost. You're thinking paper money. Yeah, paper money's worthless now. The only reason it has value is because we say it does. It's literally worthless. Not no conspiracy theory way. It literally is worthless. He wants to tap it too. But it'll always break down to precious metals. It'll always break down to that, no matter what. Precious metals, resources. Yeah, Ghost, that's a conversation for another day, but I would recommend listen to what I just said. Again, the short-term currency, medicine, drugs, yada 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 yada, and then look into society, how it restructures, and look how gold, silver, precious metals, other resources, even spices. Spices was a form of currency. He's like, what is this? Yeah, we're not going to derail the commentary to sit here and talk about what would be currency. That's my opinion. You don't like it or you disagree, have at it. But I still think it will always come down to precious metals eventually. Oh, shit. Yeah, this guy lost his mind. And you know what? I didn't even think. I rarely think of should they have rewritten this or done something different. I mean, this was a big part of the concept of George putting this together. The Frankenstein doctor and the experiments and the other. It was a big, sweeping epic, they called it, bigger than this, but it's still freakishly interesting. Like, I don't know, maybe in a curious type of way. Like, zombie with a gun, for my tastes for a zombie fan, this is fucking stupid. Ridiculous. Zombies aiming a gun, pointing a gun, he knows, he salutes. But when you knock all that out and you just enjoy this for what it is, um even the way Bub aims the gun and all that, the performance as well of Bub, the actor here, does a great job. The makeup, the look, the visuals. Again, if you said, Ronnie, here's $5 million, go make a zombie movie, you can either have smart zombies or dumb. I'm always going with dumb. I just find it more interesting. Yeah, he lost his shit. This zombie looks good too. This is a good scene. This moment here got a good little gore moment coming up. And that isn't even his fault directly. Wait, isn't that Greg Nicotero gets it? No, that's not Greg Nicotero. Greg Nicotero gets shot. Oh, man. I wonder how disappointed he was he didn't get eaten by a zombie. Look at this. This is cool. He attacks the zombie and gets bit in the arm right here. Look at this. Awesome effects, practical effects. The blood, the color of it, the consistency of it for the time, and it still holds up today. Yeah, this blood work is great. The coloring, the look in this compared to Dawn of the Dead. Oh my god, a million times better. His throat ripped out. Smart zombies are just stupid people. We see those every day. Oh, oh, and again, she clobbers the shit out of him with a rock. And again, Sarah, the badass, immediately, all right, I'm taking that arm off to save his life, or at least to try to. She does, but I guess we'll see. Look at that. That is awesome, effects wise. I wish I could rewind it. I love that when she cuts his arm off and slides the hand away, the arm. If you notice though, when they do the cutting off the arm, you can actually see where when they cut down, the shoulder comes out, and that's because they have a fake arm there, obviously, right? Well, when I always watch these practical effects, I'm always looking for ways to for us to do them one day, but also to learn from their mistakes. Like they use the fake arm, so obviously they have this shoulder popping out because of the vibration and the force. So if we would ever do it, always put a plate over it. So that way, a plate here, so that way there's no bounce and there's no give. So it's essentially layer it. Anyway, is he confusing his racism? I don't think it could have just been where I was located, but I don't think I've ever heard anyone in real life call a Hispanic yellow. Never. It's new to me. They call him Flyboy. I was wondering if that was a callback to Dawn. Maybe it was just more in that time period, I guess. As far as what slang they used. Man, that would suck so bad. Getting a limb amputated like that. This music gotta go. That's one thing that always been ugh. Look at that. What is that? That looks more like a monster than a zombie. Oh shit. I want him to open that fridge for some reason. Oh shit. Is that Greg Nicotero? Or his head at least? Kind of looks like it. And this is another example of why I'll always choose practical over CGI. Because you look at that and it's a practical head and it's not perfect. And sometimes that adds to what it is, a severed, decapitated head. Um, I actually worked in a nursing home where, since I was one of the only guys on a floor, I think there was like one guy per floor, I helped with all the bodies after they passed, moving them. Again, because I was a guy that I could lift more than all the women there, so they would always come and get me. And when you knew the person before they died and then after they died, they look so different a lot of times. They call it modeling. I'm almost positive if I can remember. But like um, this one person I knew all for a while there, healthy as can be, it seemed old, but then just died one day. We got there and she was dead, and she looked so different. Again, with practical effects, it, I don't know. Sure, it's not perfect, but a really good practical effect, even dated, is better than dated CGI. I don't know what it is, but maybe it's because it's there. It's just a lot better than CGI. If you have to do CGI, go for it. Zombie listening to music. Ridiculous. Fuck you. That's what he's saying. Fuck you. My finger. Put it in your butt. Yeah, that's so fucking ridiculous. But again, for what it is, there's charm to it. Oh, that was the head that Greg pranked his mom with? Nice. Ugh. The, the thing from 2011 proves CGI can destroy a movie. What is he eating again? One of the guys? Oh, yeah, it is his men. Oh, he's fucked. Every time I watch this, I've seen Day of the Dead 20 times easy. I always forget how he dies. Until it happens. He got blasted, though. Why do I always forget that? I didn't do it, bruh. Say I didn't do it, bruh. Yeah, The Thing is one of my all-time favorite movies. Yeah, there's different things dead bodies do that it's not. Um, I forget what. There's a name for it, but they'll moan. They'll like when you move them over, they make certain sounds. There's just the air leaving their lungs or whatever. Um, Sit up, twitch, little receptors will go off or whatever. Just different things like that. That is all real. Flyboy. That is definitely a callback. How about now? That was great too. I love that moment. No hesitation, no bullshit. He just pops them. Done. They would have a modern day movie. I feel, or even even someone who's more the Hollywood type would have drawn that out even by a few seconds. Like I will do it. Dun dun dun. There's times where you can combine practical and CGI. That's a good way to do it. It's one of the best ways to do it. Fully CGI is problematic at times, but blending them seems to be from a fan perspective the best way. They're gonna fuck your ass, bro. Kick them around a bit. Wait, you know a guy who has the thing original copy? You mean like the the actual film copy? The studio should own that. Or do you mean like one of the creatures or something? Yeah, because that should be in a vault somewhere, protected and pulled out and remastered into 4K and all. That's how they do that. I thought. There's no setup for this, but it's you can argue it's interesting because it's so sudden. Like this guy just sent himself up an elevator. Like there's no setup for this. But it is kind of interesting because you don't see it coming. But on the flip side, we're not really sure why. Does he feel like he's coming down with the zombie? You know? Does he not want to live in this world with one arm and risk being ripped apart and eaten again, bit another time? Yeah, definitely privately send. I appreciate that. And this is a cool idea or a concept. They're in the little tunnel area. It's dark. There's zombies all around. It ruins it with music, though. This should be fully immersing you in this echoey, damp. You can feel it. It's cold and awesome. One of the best kills right here. The shovel kill. Look at he just scrapes the head away. Fucking awesome. But yeah, get rid of that music. Look at that. That is cool. They beat his ass. He only took one hit. Glad you're enjoying them, BW. BWM. This is brutal, yo. Good shot. He does like a little bark. I got a couple flasks. I used to not sneak, but bring whiskey into the movie theaters. Me and a group of friends, girl I used to see and stuff. We did that for last time I did that was a while ago, but one of the movies we did that for was Public Enemy. Go in, get a little tipsy, and watch a movie. Look at this guy. And again, here's that gory scene, which it's sudden and it's like what, but we have no explanation why he does this. Like none. Why would you, even if the girl you were with, like do you hate her? I mean, I don't get it. Why would you be eaten alive too? Like why would you go through this? As cool as it is, it's really weak. I know he's losing it, but why would he do that? He should have been someone, forget the relationship. He should have been someone that was broken and hated everybody and everything down there. Look at, he's getting his throat eaten out. Visually awesome. Look at that clown too. But why? That clown's cool. Zombie clown. He just did it to finish the movie, but character wise, why? I think there's one that falls too, if I remember right. Yeah, look at him. That's a lot. There's a bride zombie in there. You can see them wear masks in the high def. Yeah, that guy just falls. You can see the masks though in the high def. I'm watching the high def. It's pretty bad. I don't mind though, cause it's the charm of the old movie. 1 hour and 24 minutes and 55 seconds. Just a final time check. Rhodes is making his getaway on a golf cart. Yo. I've always loved that. And he runs into one. It's a neat little moment. This is one of my favorites coming up. Oh my God, yo. If you guys don't know the backstory behind this, listen to the audio commentary by the creators because they go through this explanation how they had real guts, pig guts or cow guts, and they put them in the fridge and they went bad. Long story short, they had to use spoiled, because someone unplugged the fridge, spoiled pig guts for this scene coming up. And the guy was on the ground, the guy playing Rhodes, almost throwing up. Oh my God, the smell. Just imagining what that would have been like. But I recommend watching the behind the scenes and the audio commentary because there's some good stories behind there. But yeah, that must have been foul. Was it cow guts? I forget if it was cow guts or pig guts. I think it was cow guts, maybe. I know they used pig guts for one of the movies, but they used both. Yeah, look at the bride zombie. Fucking neat. We don't see it as much, but once in a while you'll see it. I wish they added more of that into The Walking Dead. More, I don't know, um, scene specific. I don't know what to call them. Oh, this is fucking awesome. Where he's ripping the head off and the vocal cords make that. Yo, that is so cool. That scene right there where the guy's scream makes a different sound. And this is how zombie movies were, man. You had the climax with all the gore and the awesome gore moments at the end. So it was almost like padding some of the character stuff out because people went for the gore, you know, back then. Oh man, look at that. He got Noah. What Noah, right? Look at they're eating his fingers too. The practical effects on this are awesome. One zombie looked creepy looking. At least shut the door behind you, you know, to give yourself a little bit of a head start. There's that clown too. Looks cool. Got Bub strolling around. His dad's pretty cool too. It's quick glimpses of zombies, which they got really neat quick glimpses, like that one with the moss and green on his eyes and face. They did much better with this than Dawn of the Dead, effects wise. She's got the Uzi. Really simplistic premise with this. The plot is pretty much underground bunker doing experiments between stress, pressure, and bad events. Shit goes down, and that's it. Done. I would love to have read the original because the original was written to be this, again, what they call a sweeping epic, like Gone with the Wind zombie version. And again, I just don't see it. Really, bruh? And again, the music just terrible. Sorry. Steele's death, Jimmy said, was actor improvised. I've watched a lot of the behind the scenes and stuff, but little things I'm sure I heard about, but no, I don't remember. This coming up though, Rhodes. Doesn't he get him in the leg? Yeah, he's done for after that. They pull like a Dawn of the Dead, I'm pretty sure, coming up. Where remember how they get Flyboy, where the doors just open? I'm pretty sure that's here, similar. I always love that. He's yelling, "Come on!" The way he shuffles on the wall. Oh my god, that's gold. He's still yelling. Yeah, right here. Yep. Oh shit. Probably one of the most iconic and memorable deaths in the whole Dead series by far. Even the practical gore coming up. This. Look at that. They just literally pull his legs away from his body. Oh man, so cool. I think that I'm pretty sure that was improvised too. The choke on him. You'll have to remind me. There was something that happened here that was done during the filming process. I forget, but yeah, that is awesome. Fighting over the intestines and the zombies just having a picnic. All right, yeah, John, hit me up with that. Jimmy, is there the original version script wise? Is that out there? Because I've always heard it was big, but like in interviews, but I never thought to look for the whole thing. I just assumed they never released it. we've seen escapes before, so I think that was a nice choice to do like a little fake out, although I'm not a big fan of those, and then have them away, you know? Oh, it is out there. I'm gonna have to read that someday. You know, they're living it up. They got the beach, the bitch. Just kidding. Done. Lori Cardell. Cardell. All right, so let me go ahead and pause this. We'll read some comments and then we'll close it out. Keep it nice and tight, nice and tight. Yeah, let me pull this back up. So that was pretty much the very first movie commentary we've ever done on the channel. Again, I avoided them. I avoided them in the past, but I got so many recommendations to do it. And now that we have the Discord up and running, again, I think you can still find a link in the video description to the Discord, but now that we got that up and running, we are going to do a little more movie commentaries here and there. We're not for every flaw and all, because I don't know if we'll be able to squeeze them in. I think if I said, hey, do you guys want to do a movie commentary or a gaming stream, I have a feeling more people would go with the gaming stream. And so if we keep it like maybe once a month, we'll do a movie commentary. We'll see how it goes. And, you know, if they get a little more interesting, a little more up there, interest-wise, because I know there's some movies that I have a lot more I want to say. Like with Day of the Dead, I've watched a few of the behind the scenes, but I haven't had a chance to go in depth. I've never owned this version. I've only had the bare bones VHS version when I was growing up, and then just a digital version after that. And it wasn't until I was going to do the Flaw and All where I got this, the collector's edition from Shout Factory, which is loaded with different stuff. But I've watched interviews and behind the scenes stuff on YouTube. I watched the audio commentary. But there's definitely more here that I would like to dive into. I did the same for Land of the Dead. I bought the Shout Factory to catch up on some of the behind the scenes stuff, but also because of the picture quality. I wanted a nice, crisp picture quality for the Flaw and All reviews because it's important going into them because we are grading them. So I feel like it would be best if I tried my absolute best to get a hold of the best quality version I could get, because it's not really fair to watch a really poor quality and then grade it afterwards. So let's see what you guys have to say. My first time seeing it, pretty good. Oh, nice. That's what's up. This movie is crazy with gore, but holy crap. Yeah, when I was growing up, it felt like the zombie movies especially were, well, here's a couple characters you can hang out with for a few hours. We're going to set it up, have a little character stuff in the middle, but then the ending is all out. Everyone dies, blood, gore, guts, you know, the whole shebang. And there's a lot of movies that were like that, even slashers. Not slashers. I shouldn't say that, because slashers had that quicker pace, because the zombie ones were more like set it up and then character stuff, and then at the last 20 minutes is nuts, right? Slashers are something pops off in the beginning, and then we have character stuff for 30 minutes, 40 minutes maybe, and then you have a couple kills every 5 minutes until the end where it's this crazy showdown. But it felt like there was a lot of movies monster wise that were very similar in structure. Same thing with zombie. Zombie and Monster, let's say, where you have the introduction, character padding, story plot, yada, yada, yada. And then the end was always the, 20, 25 minute, maybe 30 minutes of just nuts, whether it's gore for the zombies or monster work for, like, look at Predators, a perfect example, done in 87, same structure. You have this setup and you have some gore and action sprinkled throughout. But then once it gets to Arnie versus the Predator, you have this cat and mouse, you have the fight in the battle, then you have the actual one-on-one fight. And it's quick. I think it's only like a 10-minute fight on screen, maybe even less, like 7 minutes. But that is a very common structure for it. And if I felt like the zombie movies back in the day had that, you're waiting for the end, for the gore to just go nuts. Thank you for doing that, Ronnie. I know we bugged you enough. Oh, not a problem, Lindsay. I enjoyed it. I just wasn't sure how well it would come off. Not sure if you knew, but Steele's actor accidentally dated his long lost sister. His name's Gary Howard Claire. That's gross. That's gross, bro. I saw Greg Nicotero too in the credits. Would you do the Walking Dead commentary for some episodes in the future? Probably not. Or at least not anytime soon. We're already diving in with possibly all the episode reviews, like with Flaw and Awe. So when it comes to The Walking Dead, it's like, I don't want to keep doing it because it's just too much. We're covering everything at that point. You know what I mean? So at this point, the only thing is Flaw and Awe focused for the Make a Path Presents channel. I just checked it again, and we're in a really good spot where the channel has almost, over the last 3 weeks, completely crumbled. The only thing it's activity wise, it is like done. So I'm gonna jump back over there probably tomorrow and unlist every single video that's left except for the Flaw and Awe reviews. I'm going to keep only the Flaw and Awe reviews up. Now, if you want to watch the unlisted, all you have to do is go to the playlists and look for the video you want. Boom, you can watch any video I have on that channel. There's like 2,000 videos. But if you want to search them, you won't be able to find them by search. That's all that means. Anyway, so I'm only keeping the Flaw and Awe reviews up. Hopefully I can get that Walking Dead 105 done. I found myself procrastinating today. I was scrubbing the shower. I took this little pad that, anyway, has like built-in vinegar and scents in it. And I used it on the shower just because we have hard water here. And you got to scrub. But anyway, I decided to scrub the shower instead of getting more editing done. Just because I've already did 105, but the software crashed. And the software is supposed to have a backup file, automatic save. The way it crashed, it never did that before. It crashes every time I do a Flaw and Awe because there's so much. Martin Micah, thanks for subscribing. But yeah, this was, it got rid of everything I did, so I kind of found myself procrastinating re-editing 105. But I'm going to get it done just to get it over with, and then we can do 106. But we're going to do Day of the Dead as well. So I'm going to be posting up on Make a Path Presents again real soon. But we're only going to be focusing on the Flaw and Awe reviews. So I'm excited to see what that'll look like in a month. Imagine having a month's worth of just... That way people get it. Okay, you know what? If you're here for Walking Dead prediction and that's all you want, daily Walking Dead news, and that's all you want, I think now is the time to jump ship because we're going to be focusing more on the Flaw and Awe reviews for The Walking Dead and movies. So, because sticking with one thing, it just wasn't doing me any good, me or the channel, unless I was only going to constantly do The Walking Dead. And to be honest, I'm sick of talking about it. I'm really sick of The Walking Dead, discussion-wise. Which do The Walking Dead? Alright, first time seeing it, too much deaths at the end, but it ended good with the island scene. I'm guessing there's no zombies, right? Well, I think we're led to believe that they've been there for at least a few days and there's no zombies because it was October. They showed us the calendar, and she had a November calendar that was early into the month. So let's just believe that no, there's no zombies right yet or right now. But I don't know where this one ranks on my list because there's a certain charm that Dawn of the Dead has that is kind of lost with this one. I think the environment, Dawn of the Dead, for me wins. For the characters overall, I think Dawn of the Dead wins. I would like to trade Sarah for the girl in Dawn of the Dead. I think they started strong with her, and then they kind of relegated her to just kind of being there, but not really, you know, I don't know. Um, but when it comes to the gore, Day of the Dead is where it's at. I mean, it's got it beat hands down. It's just better, better blood, better effects, uh, more creative. You know, it's just yeah. So it's a toss up. It's tricky. And then when Land comes, Land of the Dead is probably one of the weirdest for me because it has so much that I hate, but there's also so much that I it's like a guilty pleasure. I just enjoy it a lot, you know? But I hate the smart zombies, like with a passion, yo. Like that. This and the head zombie and shit. Oh my. There's so much that makes me cringe. But again, I love rewatching them because it's like a guilty pleasure. Anyway, uh Land of the Dead is a funny one though. I know because The Walking Dead is something we've done on my channel, my main channel. When I came out with Doomsday Kingdom, I know a lot of people thought, "Oh, you know, Doomsday Kingdom is going to be like a The Walking Dead." And it's funny because it was Resident Evil back in the late 90s that pushed me to start writing my own zombie story. So it's more like Resident Evil than, or not even like. It's more like Land of the Dead mixed with The Last of Us mixed with um, Schindler's List and Saving Private Ryan. You'll understand a little bit more when we get to it, but um, Land of the Dead has this funny aspect because there's something really similar with the atmosphere and how it's set up. Like having the little city and then they go out. It is different. You'll understand it when you read a few more issues of the comic because we're getting to that explanation where we're setting up that world. But for those reading now, it's only one town in the whole United States right now. One town that is going through an outbreak right now. And eventually we're going to see a point where we will see this designated area, which is called the Doomsday Kingdom. And that one area that was just devastated by the virus. When I watch Land of the Dead now, I'm thinking, you know, Romero in all his movies has done so much that you can find in the new movies. Like, not calling them zombies. A lot of people are like, yeah, that's The Walking Dead. That's not. That's been there since the beginning, since in Night of the Living Dead, they were ghouls. You know, they weren't zombies, they were ghouls. Romero wasn't even thinking about calling them zombies. Land of the Dead was released in 2004, but it's officially 2005, I believe. Um, and then, like, for example, Herschel gets bit on the show, but in the comic, it was Dale. And they take off his leg to save his life. And it was all like, oh shit, you can do that? They did that in Day of the Dead. You know, there's so many things that they did in the Romero ones that were kind of brought over in a way. Some things were changed and twisted around, like in The Walking Dead, and this is something that always blew my mind. So many fans think The Walking Dead invented everyone turning when you die, which again, it's like, it's so strange because that was Night of the Living Dead too. Anyone that died came back, you know? It wasn't explained as clear because The Walking Dead explains it really clear. People still get confused, but it's really clear. The only way to turn into a zombie is dying. That's it. You know, bites don't turn you into a zombie. Bites kill you. Once you die, you turn into a zombie. But with Night of the Living Dead, the one guy was shot and killed, and then his daughter ate him. I ate his arm off or something. Well, it's not really explained, but he died, so he would eventually come back as a zombie. I think the mom did too, but the guy was able to gun her down. I don't know, but I can't find this indie. Shit. I can't find it, but I'll have links. Night, Dawn, Day, Land, Survival Diary are in a different timeline. I only count Night, Dawn, Day, and Land. Anything after that, for me, is just dog shit. I won't even watch them. What is the order of the day movies? It goes Night, then Dawn, then Day, then Land. And like Jimmy said, there's Survival and Diary. I think there's another one too, but I don't count those at all. Yeah, there's Survival of the Dead, there's Diary of the Dead, there's, I know there's another one. I fucking know there's another one. I could swear there was. Yeah, Day of the Dead was the third one. Land of the Dead had a good cast, but the movie was not that great. You know the lead guy, the white dude? I always thought his charm and charisma was just, it wasn't a good fit. I don't think he had that leading man charisma. You know what I mean? I felt like his casting was out of place. It should have been changed around. The leading man one, get rid of him, replace him. Also, the girl, I think that was a producer's daughter or something. And again, she wasn't a good fit, not in my opinion. All right, where are we at here? Let's get ready to shut this down. Because I don't want to carry on once the thing is done. I want to keep it nice and, introduce it, end it, give our final thoughts, and that's pretty much it. So, make sure I got all the comments. Yibbers. So, yeah. I'm going to Dario Argento's daughter. Yeah, you're right. It was Dario Argento's daughter. He was the guy who helped Romero get Dawn done. There's that Argento cut. Riley from Land was too out of place. I personally preferred Cholo, and that girl in Land because became a pedophile. She was Argento's daughter. Oh my God, that's right. Yo, that's the same girl, ain't she? I think now there was a big not a conspiracy, a big what's the word I'm looking for? Controversy where she was doing the Me Too movement or something, and then she got caught fucking an underage co-star and like some kid who's like 16 or 17. I don't know. You guys could look it up, but yeah, you're right. That's the same girl. Yeah, she was terrible. That's the shit that makes me mad though, or annoyed, because you know damn well, and that's just the way the world works, but people with connections and people who have family in the industry, there's a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Where family and friends get the jobs. You know what I mean? There's a lot of that going on. And it's such a shame because there's so many people that have solid talent that just straight get looked over because of the, what is that word? I know that word. It's where people hire their friends and family and, family of friends and shit like that. What is that word? Nepotism. Yeah, that's the word. Are you going to watch Day of the Dead? TV series Sci-Fi is developing? No, not at all. Yeah, nepotism. No, I'm not. I'm not watching any Day of the Dead. If I don't like the Sci-Fi Channel, I think the whole channel is trash. Most of what they do, I know people love some of the stuff they do, but most of what they do is dog shit. You know, it's low quality, worse than B movie. That's just my opinion. I know people are always trying to get me to watch some sci-fi show, but I'm just not. I'm not with it. I think it's trash. We are going to shut the stream down though. Thanks for everyone who came out and hung out with us to watch Day of the Dead. If you liked it, leave a comment on this video. We may do another, I was going to say Land of the Dead, but maybe not that soon. We might do another movie sometime next month. I don't know. But put those thoughts and opinions down in the comment box. I'm done. I was going to say I'm done talking. It's your turn, but I'm out of here. I'm going to have a good night. I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video or some gaming streams. Yeah, something. Discord. I'll see you on Discord. I'll tell you what I'm doing then. Good night.